Assalamualaikum mbokk yi, welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football. I am Chama, and in this video I will talk about the Jollof Football Bantaba Scorpions Professional Team of the Month for the month of May. I'm sure you might have come across the team of the month on our social. It has already been published. This video will give more context on why we selected those players, and also to give you an idea of other players that came to our mind or that came to our thoughts when we are making this selection. There is a lot of confusion about the team of the month selection because, of course, the national team is scheduled to play in a couple of days, and predicted teams or other social media handles are putting out there the teams that they think the coach should play and all that, all whatnot. So some of our audience tend to think that this is the team that should represent Gambia in the upcoming qualifiers. Of course, that's not the case. This is just a team of the month based on performance during the month of May. This does not necessarily have to be the team that the coach have available, because even some of these players in this list are not available for the coach, and some of them are not even in the squad. So it is far from being the team to represent Gambia against yourself. Just to put that out there to clear the air. So guys, if you are new around the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you enjoy what we do here, please make sure you give it a like before you leave this video. Without wasting much of your time, guys, let's get into the team of the month selection for the month of May. We start with the formation. We went with a 4-3-3 formation this time around. The formation is always dictated by the players who are doing well. If we have more midfielders doing well, so it tends to be packed with midfielders. If you have a balanced team, then maybe it will fall into a 4-3-3. So you don't pay too much attention to the formation that we put out there. It is usually based on the performance level of the players in their various positions. So even if you look at the team, you will see that some players are playing outside their comfort zone. So yeah, 4-3-3 is the formation, and you can see in your screen now the team is this. We have Lamin Sarr in goal, and in defense we have Omar Koli and Nuha Sonko Sonback. His fullbacks are Sedi Janko and Mohamed Sane. Yeah, of course, both of them play right back, but because they were the best fullbacks during the month, so that's why you have both of them. We didn't have a very good left back who stake a claim to be in the team. That's why you have two right backs in the team, just to explain that aspect. And then in midfield we have Hamza Bari and Alassane Mane, who were very good for their clubs, and playing in the number 10 spot is Alfousseni Gassama, who has been in exceptional form this season for his club, Diba Al Fujairah. And then up top we have the trio of Jibril Silla and Musa Juara, and then the one leading the line is Adam Asidibe. All three forwards were exceptional for their club. So that is the lineup. That is the formation 4-3-3. As we start with goalkeeper Lamin Sarr. Of course, if you are thinking about the goalkeeper, you are thinking about Lamin Sarr, you are thinking about Sibi, you are thinking about Ibrahima Jaju Stek, who's gonna take that spot. Lamin Sarr, in the month of May, he was the best performing goalkeeper, I would say. He played 5 games for his club. Winning 3 of them. They drew one of the games, and they only lost one of the games. They kept 2 clean sheets in the process, and in the last 4 games that they played, I think they have been they have won all their games in the last 4 games, and Lamin Sarr has kept 3 clean sheets during that process. He has been in very good form since moving to Lund. We all remember he used to play for Esklima in the Swedish lower league. Now he plays for Lund. And they are currently in second place in the Swedish third tier league. He did very well. Ibrahima Jaju Stek started the month very well, but after he kind of wound off, his club were almost lost in every other game. I think they lost the last 3 or 4 games that they played, which was not great, especially considering that the international break was coming up. That's why we went with Lamin Sarr in this situation instead of Ibrahima Jaju. Of course, CSCB was not playing during the month of May because their season kind of ended early, so he did not play a lot of games, so it was difficult to consider him into this selection. So Lamin Sarr gets the nod in goal, and in defense Omar Koli, captain, and Nuha Sonko, centre back. Both of them were very, very good for their club. Omar Koli in particular, he played 4 games for Besiktas. They won 3 of those games, and they drew the other one. They were were unbeaten during the month of May. Okoli did score one very important goal for them, which put his goal scoring tally to 7 in the league, and made him the second leading goal scorer for Besiktas in the league. And as well, they played in the cup finals where they won the cup final 3-2 against Trabzonspor. 3-2, they won that game, and Omar Kodi winning his first, professional career, first professional trophy in his career. He was very, very good for his club. They qualified for the Europa League with that cup win. The only game he missed 2 games for Besiktas during the month, and they lost one and they drew one. So when he was playing, they were unbeaten. When he was unavailable, the 2 games they lost one. That just shows you how important he has been for Besiktas, especially in that back. He's been their best defender. He's been their best attacker, especially in defense. I know Sonko too had a mixed month, I would say. He won the league, he won the Bulgarian league, but also he played the cup final, the Bulgarian cup final, and then they lost that one. Nonetheless, that was the only loss that they suffered during the month. So they played for 4 games during the month. Noha played 4 games rather. The club played 6 games, I believe. Noha played 4 games. 3 of those 4 they win, and then the one loss they had was the cup final, which was quite disappointing. They would have loved to do the league and cup double, but they still win the league. Just they could not do the same thing in the cup. So yeah, and Noha was very good as well. Kept 2 clean sheets during the process. He also scored one very important goal that was actually in the semi-finals of the cup that took them to the finals, which they eventually lost. Mohamed Sane and Janko Sedi, 2 right backs. One of them have to cover at left back. Both of them were very, very good for their clubs during the month. There's a lot of cups wins. There's a lot of titles wins, and both of them win their league because Mohamed Sane was playing in the 3rd tier. That was the 3rd tier of the Czech Republic League with his club Ostrava, the B side. Their A side is actually playing in the top tier, but he played for the B sides in the second half of the season. And during the month of May, he played 7 games for them. They won all 7 games. They kept 6 clean sheets during the process, so those numbers are just exceptional, so you cannot overlook him. That's why we have Mohamed Sane. He covers at left back, and Janko Sedi, he also won the Swiss League. He won the Swiss League with young boys. Of course, him and Ibrahim Akoli, they won the Swiss League. Janko played 5 games during the month. He started 4 of those 5. They won 4, and they kept 3 clean sheets, which was also a very solid month for Sedi Janko. And in midfield, we have Hamza Barry and Alassane Amane. Whilst the others were fighting for titles in their leagues, Hamza Barry and Alassane Amane, they were fighting to avoid relegation. Yes, one of them did get relegated in the end. That is Alassane Amane. But he almost became the savior for Odense. They were struggling very badly. I think 10 games leading up to when Alassane Mane started his first game, because since he came back from the AFCON, he did not actually start games. He came back with an injury, and then when he was fit again, he was not in the team. He was often on the bench. But then it took about 10 games where he was not starting games before Oden started winning again, because he started the last 3 games of the season. And then in the first 2 starts that he came on, the first one he assisted an important goal. The second one he scored a very important goal, and he was man of the match in one of those 2 games, if not both games. If you look at other statistics or other live score providers, you can see some of them, they give him the man of the match in both games. So he was very, very important for them, but unfortunately it was too little too late for Odense. The damage had already been done before Alassane came back into the team. They needed to be almost flawless for the remaining part of the season, the last 3 games of the season. They lost the final game of the season, where they were actually winning at some point, and then things turned around. They ended up losing that one. But it would not have mattered anyway if they had won that game, because the other team that they were fighting relegation with, they had won their other fixture. So it was too little, too late. But Alassane still have an impact in that. 3 games he started during that period. Or he played 4 games. 3 games he started. They won 2 games. Those were their first wins over the last 10 games. Like I say, Alassane scored 1 and assisted 1. Yeah, he was very, very good. So sometimes you don't just judge it based on the outcome at the end of the day, but you base it on the impact that they bring to the team. That's why Alassane is there. But Hamza, for Hamza, his impact was positive because when they started when Vejle started starting Hamza and Musa Juara, I think their season turned around because that was during the relegation battle period where they were grouped into the relegation group. And Hamza and Musa Juara, especially Musa Juara, came to their own, and they were very good, starting almost every single game. Hamza started 5 games. They played 5 games. He started all 5. They won 4. They lose 1, and they avoided the relegation. Actually, the final game, it was irrelevant anyway because they had already secured their safety in the penultimate game of the season. So regardless of what happened in the final game, they were going to be safe, and that was the final game that they lost. And unfortunately for the Gambia, Hamza got a hamstring injury in that one, and now he is missing the international fixtures. And it's unfortunate because he has been in such a very, very good form for his club. So he could have been a vital player, especially with the new coach in town, and there's a new beginning in the Gambian national team. So it would have been very good to see him come up with his form because we know when he's on his game, he's one of the most talented Gambian players out there. To be honest, Hamza Bari. So yeah, that's why he was good for his club, and they avoided the relegation. Him and Musa Juara were exceptional for them. And the other player who will make up the midfield trio is Alfousseni Gassama. He also was pushing for something. It's good to see that most of these Gambian players were pushing for something for their clubs. Alfousseni was playing in the second division of the UAE League with Diba Al Fujairah. They were also fighting to gain promotion to the first division. They ended up finishing third in the league. 2 teams gained promotion, so the first and second team are promoted. But Alfousseni, his season was one of a kind. To be honest, he was really, really good. Let's talk about him during the month, why he is in the team of the month. Before I mention things about his overall season. He played 4 games, started all 4. They won 2 games. They drew the other 2. He scored 2 very good goals. He's a midfielder, by the way. He plays in midfield as a midfield number 10, attacking midfielder, stuff like that. He ended the season as the 3rd leading goal scorer in the league. Only 2 players scored more. He scored 17 league goals from midfield. So, which is very, very good. It's not something that you see every day. I know the UAE second division, maybe it's not the toughest league, but to put out those goals, and you can go and check his Instagram or stuff like that, or check the highlights of Dibal Fujada. He scored some cracking goals, long range efforts that even the best goalkeepers in the world will struggle to keep out of their goal. He was scoring some exceptional, very, very good goals. So yeah, that's why he was there. In the midfield, we considered a lot other players, like for example Pawamat Babu playing in Bangladesh. He is also doing very well. He scored a couple of goals, but he's more of an attacker, so it's difficult to get him in the midfield. But of course, I know him personally, so I know he can play as a number 10. But nowadays, he plays more of as a striker, especially for his club. Fortis, he plays as a striker. And then you have Haruna Rashid Njai. Yes, he scored his first, career goal, his first professional career goal, and then now he's, starting to feel more comfortable in the RFS team. They played on like a flawless month. They were unbeaten. Haruna Rasta started a couple of games, so he could have been there. But I just think these midfielders were a little bit ahead of him because he only started a couple of games. But yeah, it was good. So we consider even. What's his name? Mahdi Kamara, France. Yeah, he had them qualify for the Champions League. So he had a strong claim to be also in the team. But again, he did not play a lot of games. I think they only played a couple of games during the month. He did get a goal and an assist in their final game, but I think the impact that these players had for their clubs, I think it was like especially individually, not as a collective. Of course, yeah, Mahdi is going to the Champions League, which you can say maybe is bigger than all what these players have done. But yeah, maybe he did not play enough games, and that's why I did not put him there. Yeah, up top we have Jibril Silla, Musa Juara, and Adama Sidibe. All three players, they were in very, very good form. And again, all these players we are playing for something. So in the final few games of the season, is the business end of the season. So almost all teams are either playing for relegation or are playing to win the title. So it is normal to see that most of these players were also playing for something, because it was the end of the season. Jibril Silla played 7 games in started all 7 for Azam. They won 6 and then they lost only 1 of those games. Jibril Silla scored 4 goals and assisted 5 goals. Yeah, it was really disappointing to not see him in the national team with these numbers, because there is no Gambian player since I started doing this player of the month and team of the month who amassed a total of nine goal involvement within a month. No Gambian player have done that. I cannot remember that. So that was an exceptional month from Jibril. He also helped Azam finish second in the Tanzanian league, which means Azam are now qualified for the African Cup of African Champions League. They will play in the African Champions League. He also helped, progress them into the final of the cup, which they eventually lost on penalties. And Jibril, missed his spot kick, which was very, very bitter pill to swallow for him. After an exceptional month, after an exceptional season, to not get the recognition to be in the national team, and also in the same week to miss a penalty, this was difficult for Jibril. But nonetheless, he was exceptional for his club. I'm sure his club, they appreciate his effort. The fans did, because they gave him their fans player of the month. So yeah, it was just one of those. He just need to crack on from that one, and then look forward to the next chapter of his career next season, which will be next season. Musa Juara as well played 5, win 4 with played 5, started all 5, of course, like Hamza, win 4. They only lose 1 of those games, like I say. The final game, which was a dead rubber, it was not important in a way. So win or lose, they would have achieved their goal at that point. Musa Juara scored 2 goals, created 2 assists. He was the star of the show, I would say. When it comes to the final few months of the season, he was actually the star, winning several player of the months. I can remember what he did against Orange, the 2 legs against Orange, scoring in both legs. Yeah, he has really turned the corner. He has really turned the corner with his club, and I'm excited to see what he will bring to the national team. He's in the squad, so I'm excited to see what he can bring. I was saying, yeah, he seems to take the mantle from Yanko Minte in Denmark, because Yanko Minte, what he did last season in Denmark was exceptional. So Musa Juara seems to continue with that one, and then finally, Adama Sidibe, who also gained his first call up to the national team. So congratulations to Adama Sidibe. I'm looking forward to speaking with him. We are supposed to have him on the Jollof Football Bantaba Gambia football show last Sunday, but because of the call-up, it could not materialize. He had to travel and all that. But immediately after the international break, definitely he will come to the Jollof Football Bantaba, and we will have a chat with him, and then we will get to know more about Adama Sidibe, because I know many Gambians don't know about Adama Sidibe. When I was doing some research about him, trying to find out, yes, I did find some people who know him, especially the coaches who worked with him at Marimo. I know Mama, so Chase spoke to Mama, and then we could find some information about Adama Sidibe. But overall, other clubs like Port, there is not a lot of information, even though he played for Port, So yeah, we will get to talk to Adama Sidibe after the international break. So watch out for that one. We will inform you guys about that one. Yeah, for him to in the final few weeks of the season, he was the beast. He was a beast for St. Johnstone in the Scottish Premier League. They played 4 games. They won 3, and then he started 3 rather. They won only 1 and drew 1. They lost the 2 games. But in the last 3 games of the season, what he was doing for them, the goals he was scoring, the importance of those goals were exceptional. He scored 3 goals. He only started 3 games, and those he scored in every single start that he made during the month. And it turns out to be the savior for St. Johnston. In the game, in their second to last penultimate game, they were losing in the 90th minute, and if that game ended as a defeat for them, St. Johnston would have get relegated. Adama Sidibe stepped up and then scored a very important goal to give them a vital 1 point, which ended 1-1. And then in the final game of the season, he opened the scoring because it was a must-win game. They have to win that game to stay in the league. He opened the scoring. They ended up winning that one 2-1. And then St. Johnston are safe. They will now be playing the SPL again next season. He has been exceptional for St. Johnston. Earlier in the season, he was playing for Warrington Raylands, where he scored 16 league goals, and then moved to St. Johnston, scored another 5. So 21 league goals for Adama Sidibe over the course of the season. He has had an exceptional season, and he's now in the national team. He got his first call-up. I was going to ask him about his Senegal call-up because I read some articles sometime that Senegal were, actually following to get him into the national team. Of course, that question will come when we get to chat with him and how that went. But yeah, we don't have to worry about that. He's now in the national team. Hopefully, he will get his first cap in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, I would say. And then we will see what he brings to the national team. So, anyways, watch out for that one. And of course, we will post the flyer for that one early so that you guys can also participate in it by telling us the questions that you would like to ask Adama Sidibe. And then we will put it to him so that we will get to know him more. I'm not just Adama Sidibe. We are planning to bring you guys more. We planning to be more open now because in the past couple of years we were more in trying to get our house in order, and now we are quite confident when it comes to bringing people in and then talking to them and then trying to know their story. And this is just the beginning, guys. Make sure you are subscribed to the Jello Football Bantaba YouTube channel and be part of the family. And also, if you enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a like. Yeah, that was the team of the month. 433, like you said. I hope I give you guys enough context on why we selected these players and what does this team means. I hope you guys understand that. It's not the team to play for settles. It's the team of the month for me. So you can differentiate those two guys. But anyways, until we come your way again, guys. Goodbye. Ciao.